Now, Orson, I think we ought to get started with my rehearsal. Did you have anything in mind for the first lesson?
The first lesson. Now, let's see. Benny. Oh, yes.
Hmm.
You see, Jack, the reason you haven't gone as far dramatically as you feel you should is because you've been selecting the wrong vehicles.
I have.
Definitely. For instance, if your goal is the Academy Award, as you say, you should concentrate... Pardon me, Jack. There's something I must do. Miss Wentworth.
Yes, Mr. Wells.
Take a telegram to Mayor LaGuardia, New York City.
Yes, sir.
You see, Jack, you should concentrate on the heavier and more legitimate type of drama.
I understand. Well, what would you suggest, Orson?
Dear Mayor LaGuardia, received your telegram, and if I'm in New York on the 29th, we'll be only too happy to attend the banquet.
Well...
However, we'll let you know in plenty of time if I ain't coming.
Ain't? Oh, why, Orson! Orson, you said ain't. Oh, I'm surprised.
Well, Jack, the use of the word ain't is sometimes permissible. You see, in this instance, by using ain't, I saved a word in a telegram.
Oh.
You don't have to tell him about saving anything.
Never mind you.
That's all, Miss Wentworth.
Yes, sir.
Now, Jack, where were we?
You were about to suggest a proper vehicle for me.
Oh, yes. Now, the type of play that would offer you the greatest scope for emotional histrionics would be a literary classic, something like The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Mm-hmm.
You mean Charles Lawton's part?
Exactly.
Well, gee, that would be swell. Mr. Christian, come here! How's that?
That's from Mutiny on the Bounty.
Oh, yes, yes. I got a little mixed up there, I guess. Well, Orson, if The Hunchback is the play you feel I ought to do, let's try it out. I'm your obedient servant. Shall we get started?
Yes. Mr. Stone, did you bring the script of The Hunchback with you?
Here it is, Mr. Wells.
Good. Now, Jack, here's a scene that we can start out with, which I think will give...
Oh, pardon me, Orson. Come in.
Excuse me, is Mr. Wells here?
Why, yes, he is.
It's your tailor, Mr. Wells.
Oh, come in, Max. You might as well measure me right now.
Okay, Mr. Wells. Mark this down, Sam.
Right.
Now, Jack, I think we can take this scene where the King of France meets the gypsy dancing girl, Esmeralda. Now, let me glance at it
Next,
a minute.
15 and a half. 15 and a half. Chest, 42. 42. Weight, 36. 36. Legs, 29. 29. Come on, Sam. Goodbye, Mr. Wells.
Gee.
Yes, I think this scene will be fine, Jack.
Well, I'll do my best, Orson. Now, do you think
Miss Wentworth.
Yes, Mr. Wells.
Take a memo to the tailor. No belt in the back.
Now, Orson, as I was saying, do you think I ought to give my own interpretation of the Hunchback, or should I mimic Charles Lawton? In other words... Oh, darn it, excuse me. Hello? What? What? London? London, England?
Oh, I think that's for me, Jack.
Gee, London.
Hello? Oh, hello, Miller. So nice of you to call. Yes, yes. Yes, I've heard splendid comment on your London production. I'd like very much to do it.
Gee, all the way from London.
I understand, Miller, but the Theater Guild has sent me a script which I may have to do first, you see. Yes. Yes.
Phil, you better play something. This may take all day.
Yes.
My goodness, what a busy man.
Now, here's the point, Miller. I'm committed to the Guild until May 30th. However, if you could arrange to hold the American rights until I'm free.
Hey there, I'm Mike Gillette, your host, and this is When Radio Ruled, episode 67, Jack Benny and the Gang Go to Yosemite. Old Time Radio's Jack Benny Show was a sitcom disguised as a variety show. The cast used their real names, or rather their real stage names, but they all played characters unlike themselves. Characters of diverse comic points of view, each character contrasted with the others, each funny in their own way, and altogether a delightful mix of contrasting attitudes and motivations. Jack Benny was the center of this comic universe. He portrayed a cheapskate, self-centered, scaredy cat who imagined himself a rugged ladies' man. Jack's real-life wife, Mary Livingston, played Jack's sassy gal pal, boy crazy but not easily impressed by the rich and famous. Band leader Phil Harris was cast as a drunken, womanizing musical man about town, more talent than brains and carefree. Tenor vocalist Dennis Day presented as a simple-minded mama's boy, innocent and childlike. Announcer Don Wilson was the adult in the room, often the object of fat jokes, but treating all with affection and respect, almost a big brother figure. The formula for the show was to move back and forth between the world of putting on a half-hour musical variety radio show and the interpersonal world between the characters. As you might expect, these characters endeared themselves to their listeners. It was fun listening to the real Jack Benny playing the radio character Jack Benny, who was portraying some other character in a radio play. It was fun to hear Radio Phil Harris pretend to not know anything about music. It was funny when Radio Dennis Day believed everything he was told, or Radio Mary recounted the story of a disastrous date. These moments were broken up with songs from Phil and Dennis, sometimes Mary, and comical Jell-O commercials from Don. Sometimes sketches with guest stars, who in most cases also played themselves, in encounters with Radio Jack Benny, like the time Barbara Stanwyck rehearsed a radio play with Jack, or the time Orson Welles came by to give Jack acting lessons. In truth, the characters the cast portrayed became so well known and loved that they could stand alone, outside the variety show world. In early 1940, Jack and his writers did just that. For an entire month, the Jack Benny radio characters were sent on a fictional ski vacation to Yosemite. The Jack Benny radio shows, February 4, 11, 18, and 25, 1940, presented the trip to and the adventures at Yosemite starring the Jack Benny gang. Although presented episodically because of Jack's half-hour time slot, these 4 shows are a single radio play, running approximately 80 minutes. It is a radical break from the Jack Benny formula, and adds layers of nuance to the characters, as these actors get to really act in the longer, more sustained narrative involving these characters. And that's what you're about to hear. The entire radio play cut together, with commercials, etc., edited out to focus on the story and to maintain the pacing. Believe me, this is good stuff. Without further ado, here is Jack Benny and the Gang Go to Yosemite, Parts 1, 2, 3, and 4.
The 17th program in the current Jell-O series. And I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure appearing here in Oakland for the March of Dimes. You were a swell audience, and thanks again very much. Good night, folks. Jell-O. Well, that's that. Gee, what a crowd.
Follow me, Jack. I'll get you through the dressing room.
I don't know of any better interference, Don. I'm right behind you.
Can I have your autograph, Miss Livingston?
Why, certainly. Here you are, little boy.
Mary, we'll never get through this mob.
Oh, Mr. Harris, can I have your autograph?
Sure, honey. What's your name and telephone number?
Phil, cut that out. Keep pushing through, Don.
Here's the dressing room, Jack.
Come on, Dennis.
Here I am, Mr. Benny.
Wow, what excitement. Well, fellas, there's another one in the bag.
Well, how do you think the show went over, Jack?
Very good, Don, considering we had to work in such a big auditorium.
Yes, sir. 9,000 people.
And they were a swell audience.
They sure were, Jack. Did you hear him laugh when I said I was sharing the bridal suite with Phil Harris?
Oh, they really went for that one. And when I said I hope you'll both be very happy, they screamed, didn't they, Mary?
Sure. How about the yell I got when I said Dennis Day was sleeping in the bassinet?
Yeah.
I don't know what they were laughing at. I never slept in a bassinet in my life.
Well, maybe you haven't, Dennis, but they laugh because a bassinet sounds funny.
Sure, it's funny. Imagine a guy sleeping in a horn.
A horn? Phil, you're thinking of a bassoon. A bassinet is a baby's crib.
Oh, well, say, that's even better, ain't it?
Yes, Phil, we think so.
Say, Jack,
What?
I thought you were marvelous tonight. I never saw you work better.
Well.
Gee, you got big laughs. They screamed at you.
Well, thanks, Mary.
Now stick your shirt tail back in.
Oh, was that out during the broadcast? Why didn't somebody tell me?
I thought you were doing it for a gag.
Phil, I don't resort to those corny tactics like you do. You never got a laugh in your life without mugging it up.
What are you talking about? I was the hit of the show tonight, and I didn't make one face.
You were the hit of the show.
Yes, if you don't believe it, I'll leave it to Don.
All right, and I'll leave it to Mary.
Are you sure you want to do that, Jack?
Correction, I leave it to Dennis. I got more left.
Oh, let's go out and eat. Every week you two have the same argument.
Well, I'm tired of Phil's bragging all the time. When you come right down to it, he had very little to do on this show.
I'm fixing that, too. Next week, I'm going to bring in my own rider.
Oh, no, you don't. The last writer you brought in didn't know a single joke that didn't begin with a traveling salesman went up to a farmer's daughter. A fine writer. What was his name again?
Belly Laugh Barton.
That's the guy. Some gag man.
Oh, Jack, remember those cards he used to hand out?
Cards?
Yeah. Belly Laugh Barton. Call out the police. I'm a riot.
Oh, yes. What a pest he was.
You never did like that guy, did you, Jack?
No, and his idea of humor. I told him one day if he didn't watch out with that cane of his, I'd hit him right over the head with it. Whatever became of that broken-down genius, anyway?
He's working for Fred Allen.
Oh, well, they ought to make a marvelous combination. Belly Laugh Barton and Call Me a Taxi, okay, you're a taxi, Allen. They ought to get along swell together.
Jack, you're just sore, Alan, because last Wednesday he said you were stingy.
Listen, Mary, saying I'm stingy is one thing, and proving it is another.
Well, he said it, and I'll prove it.
That's so. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Mary, and this goes for Phil Harris.
Oh, Jack, stop all this arguing. We've just finished the program. Let's relax for a while.
You're right, Don. I'm sorry. But Phil always, well, forget it. I'm going back to the hotel now. And listen, fellas, I want you all to get a good night's rest because, remember, we're leaving very early in the morning for Yosemite. We're going to have 4 lovely days in the snow.
I thought you were kidding, Jack. Are you really treating us to a vacation in Yosemite?
I certainly am.
Oh, boy, am I going to pop you with a snowball.
You're not going to pop me, Phil, because you're not going.
You invited me, didn't you?
That's been canceled as of your attitude tonight. So forget it. Now, fellas, it's pretty cold up in Yosemite, so I think that tomorrow morning we ought to buy all the warm clothes and equipment we'll need for the winter sports.
That's a good suggestion, Jack. I'm going to get some skates and go ice skating every day.
So was I until I heard that.
Don't worry, Mary. It gets pretty cold up there. That ice will even hold Wilson up.
Just the same, if I hear a crack, I'm not going to stop to think of an answer.
All right, suit yourself. Now, Dennis.
Yes, please?
I think you ought to buy a pair of ski shoes and some skis.
Well, I've never been on skis before, Mr. Benny. It's pretty dangerous, isn't it?
No, there's nothing to it. You just keep one foot a little ahead of the other and your knees slightly bent. You soon get onto it.
Say, Jack, tell them what happened to you last year when you went skiing at Lone Pine.
Well, that was just an accident.
What happened, Mary?
Jack banged into a tree so hard a squirrel came down waving a white flag.
Mary, the only reason I hit that tree is because I was skiing on one foot.
And the only reason you were skiing on one foot is because the other one got caught in your bloomers.
Those weren't bloomers, those were ski pants.
Those were bloomers, and you borrowed them from me.
Mary, you keep that up, and you'll stay home like Phil Harris. Anyway, Dennis, I'll meet you in the store tomorrow morning, and be sure to buy a pair of skis.
Bloomers, too?
No. Now, get this straight, everybody. We'll meet in the morning at 7:30 sharp in that little sporting goods store right next to my hotel. That's where I want you to buy all your clothing and equipment.
Oh, getting a cut, eh?
No, I'm not getting a cut, eh? I want everybody to meet there so we can leave right from the store for Yosemite.
Okay, Jackson, it's a date.
You're not going, Phil.
Neither am I if I have to get up at 7 o'clock.
Mary, it won't hurt you to get up early one morning. What did you do when you worked in the May Company?
Up till noon, I had a stand-in.
Just the same, you meet me at 7:30 tomorrow morning. Well, I'm going to run along now, fellas. Is everything clear?
Sure, Jack.
Good. Come on, Mary, let's go.
Oh, gee whiz, Jack, I don't want to get up at 7:30.
Look, Mary, I know it's early, but once you're up, you'll enjoy it. The air is snappy and fresh, and gee, you'll feel like $1 million.
So Jack and Mary left the auditorium, and right after Dennis Day's song, we will show you what happened the following morning. Sing, Dennis.
Oh, here you are, Mary. Right in front of the store and right on time, too. 7:30. I'm sorry I had to get you up so early in the morning. Did you have a good night's rest?
Oh, shut up.
Gee, you're always so touchy in the morning. Well, you'll feel better after you've had some breakfast.
I ate.
Mary, what's the matter with you anyway? Look how nice it is outdoors. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. Be happy and gay. You're going on a vacation.
Hooray.
That's the spirit. Well, let's go in the store and buy what we need. Say, we're the only ones here. I guess we must be the first customers, eh, Mary?
Yeah.
Oh, there's the clerk. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'm going to Yosemite, and I'd like to buy some equipment for the winter sport.
You can rent everything you need up there.
I know that, but I'd rather buy my own.
Much more expensive that way.
I don't care. I want to buy my own equipment.
Okay, you're the doctor.
Now, let's see. I'll need some heavy woolen socks and a sweater. Say, Mary, it's pretty cold up there. Do you think I ought to buy some long underwear?
Did they come any longer than the ones you're wearing?
They're not so long. They just stretch when they're washed. Young man, I think I'll take some long underwear, woolen socks, 2 pair of mittens, and a sweater.
What are you going to do with all that?
I told you I'm going up to Yosemite.
Well, how long are you going to stay there?
About 4 days.
Okay, you're the doctor.
Believe me, I know what I'm doing. Now, let's see. Oh, yes, I almost forgot. I want to get some snowshoes, a fur hood, and some felt-lined boots.
Oh, come now.
Never mind, it's cold up there.
Excuse me a minute. My wife just came in.
Good morning, dear. I brought your lunch.
Thanks, darling.
Are you busy right now?
Yes, I'm waiting on Admiral Byrd.
Admiral Byrd yet. Hey, Mary, I'm going to buy some skis. Come over and help me pick out up there.
Be careful, Jack. Remember what happened to you at Lone Pine.
Don't worry about me, Mary. I can ski like a Norwegian. Way back in Waukegan, they used to call me Bajork Benny. That's what.
You're a bajork, all right.
Well, at least you're waking up. Say, here's a nice pair right here. Hey, young fellow, I think I'll buy this pair of skis right here.
Pretty dangerous, you know.
Not if you know how to use them. I want this pair of skis.
Okay.
I'm the doctor, so don't argue. My goodness.
Very well. Shall I wrap them up, or do you want to wear them?
Wrap them up, of course. How can I get in my car with a pair of skis on?
Take the top down.
Now, look, young man, I didn't come here to argue with you. I just want to buy these skis. How much are they?
$22.50.
$22.50?
Buy 'em, Jack. You can send 'em to your father in Florida.
Gee, that should have gotten a bigger laugh in California. Well, they're pretty steep, but I'll take them. I never saw such a... Well, hello, Don. Hiya, Dennis.
Hello, Jack.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Well, Mary, this is a little early for you, isn't it?
Oh, no, it's wonderful. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. What do they want, anyway?
Don't annoy her, Don. You know, the princess can't get up until noon.
Well, I'd get up early, too, if I stayed home every night like you do.
What do you mean I stay home every night? You know very well I go out with Gladys on Wednesday and Saturday. And Thursday I bowl till midnight.
See, you're a regular Tommy Manville.
Don't be funny. Say, Don, you better get whatever you need in a hurry so we can get started.
Well, the only thing I need, Jack, is a pair of ski pants.
Okay. Say, young man, have you got a pair of ski pants his size?
Let him ask me.
Oh, I'm sorry I intruded. Ask him, Don.
Young man, have you got a pair of ski pants that'll fit me?
Just, so don't bend over.
Ha ha, that's very comical.
Quiet, I've had just about enough for you.
For me? Well, of all the insolence.
Why don't you punch him in the nose, Jack?
You do it. You're more in the mood than I am. Come on, Don, get your stuff and let's get out of here. Do you want anything, Dennis?
No, I bought all the stuff I need across the street.
I'm glad you did. Come on, fellas, let's go. Rochester's waiting for us in front of the hotel with the car.
Okay, Jack.
Oh, boy, Yosemite.
I can hardly wait.
Well, look who's here.
Hiya, Jackson. Hello, fellas.
Oh, hello, Phil.
What are you doing in this store, Phil Harris?
What do you think I'm doing? I'm going to buy my stuff for Yosemite.
You're not going up in my car.
Who cares? I got a car of my own, and I'm leaving at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh, you are, eh?
Yes, and I'll be in Yosemite before you finish taking up collection for your gasoline.
All right, sour gapes. I'm paying for this trip, gasoline and all. Come on, fellas.
I'll ride up with Phil.
You'll ride with me. Now, let's go. Here, Dennis, carry my skis.
Okay, Mr. Benny.
What can I do for you, sir?
Give me a real snappy ski outfit, a pair of ice skates, and a case of musician's milk.
Oh, bourbon, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, Don, are you and Mary comfortable back there?
Yeah, we're fine, Jack. Everything's okay.
Speak for yourself, Don. I'm half frozen.
Well, put the blanket around you. Rochester, can't you go a little faster? We've been driving 8 hours, and we're nowhere near Yosemite. We made much better time from Los Angeles to Oakland.
Mr. Wilson wasn't with us then.
Oh, that's right.
I can hardly move with these suitcases and Don all around me.
Oh, stop complaining, Mary. I'm holding Dennis on my lap, ain't I?
You wouldn't if you had a windshield.
That's so. I'm just holding Dennis so you'll be comfortable. Are you all right, Dennis?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, wrap your muffler up around you and you'll be all right.
Okay, Mr. Benny.
Atta boy.
Say, Jack, why don't you let me hold Dennis back here on my lap?
You've got fat, Don. You don't need 'em. Gee, the scenery is beautiful along here. Hey, Rochester.
Yes, boss?
Listen to the knock on that motor. Does that mean anything?
Not anymore.
Well, I wish you'd watch those things. See, the way you abuse this car, it'll have no trade-in value at all.
Trade-in value?
Yes.
Boss, this car has to tiptoe past the junkyard now.
Does, eh? Well, if you want to know something, Rochester, a man offered me $485 for this car.
Uh-huh.
Well, he did.
I said, that's as far as I'll go.
Well, he's not the only one. I've had other offers. Dennis, will you please sit still and enjoy the scenery?
Say, Jack, I'm getting hungry.
You are?
Yeah, when are you going to take the hot dogs out of the radiator?
As soon as they're done. Now sit back and be patient. Gee, we'll be going through the mountains in a minute. Oh, Rochester, what's the gas situation?
Still 19 cents a gallon.
I don't mean that. I mean, what does the gauge say?
It's right between empty and positively.
Well, we're all right for a while yet. But we better stop at the next station and not take any chances.
Oh, Jack.
What?
Look at Don. He's sound asleep.
Oh, yeah. What was he mumbling about?
I don't know.
Why don't you go to your neighborhood grocer and ask him for a package of tempting, delicious Jell-O? It comes in ice skates, snowshoes, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime.
Isn't that cute? Huh?
So insist on genuine Jell-O and look for the big red letters on the ski pants.
Ski pants? Wow.
Maybe I better wake him up, Jack. He'll catch cold.
No, let him alone. He's happy. Hey, Rochester, take it easy going around these curves here. Rochester, wake up!
All out, Yosemite.
We're not there yet. Rochester, don't you ever fall asleep at the wheel again. We could have been killed. Now watch yourself.
Okay, boss.
And it's getting dark. Turn on the headlights.
They've been on for 15 minutes.
Oh. Gee, they're not very bright for driving, are they? Oh, well, the moon will be out pretty soon.
That's all right for songwriters, but it won't help me any.
Oh, stop squawking and watch the road. Pull over at the side, Rochester. Somebody wants to pass us. All right, come on, come on.
Hiya, Jackson, why don't you get a horse?
It's Bill Harris.
Hello, Phil.
Ignore him, Mary. The big show-off. Look at him ahead there. Rochester, step on the gas. I'll give you $50 if you pass him. I'll give you 100.
Go back to 50. I feel bad enough.
Oh, well, let him go. We don't want to be with him anyway.
Jack, we'll never make Yosemite by tonight. It's pretty dangerous driving through the mountains.
Maybe you're right, Don. Let's stop somewhere and leave early in the morning.
Oh, no. I got up this morning, but tomorrow comes the revolution.
You'll get up with the rest of us. We'll stop at an auto court. We ought to get to one pretty soon.
I hope so.
Well, I'm glad to hear from you, Dennis. I thought you were frozen. Rochester, see those lights up ahead? That might be an auto camp. Slow down.
Okay.
Now, listen, fellas. When we get there, I'm paying for all your rooms. Yes, sir. Of course, I really don't have to because our vacation doesn't officially start until we get to Yosemite. But just the same, this is on me. Yes, sir. Yep.
Keep talking, brother. You're hooked.
Not hooked. I'm only too glad to do it.
Say, boss, you were right. Look at that sign.
Where?
Right there. It says Mountain View Auto Court. Our cabins are cozy, so come in and dozy.
Oh, yes, and it says 75 cents a night. Pull up, Rochester. We'll stop here. Honk the horn. Maybe somebody will come out. They didn't hear it. Try the other one. That ought to bring them. Here comes somebody now.
Good evening, folks. What can I do for you?
We're on our way to Yosemite, and we'd like to stop here. How much are your cabin?
$3 a night.
$3 a night? Why, your sign there says 75 cents.
Yup, that stops them every time.
Well, that's the worst thing I've ever heard of, fooling people like that.
I know, but our cabins are worth $3 a night. We've got running water.
I don't care if you've got Sitting Bull. I'll only pay 75 cents. Now, we'll need about 4 cabins.
I'm sorry, but we only had one left, and that was just taken.
Just taken?
Yes, you'll have to go somewhere else.
Well, for heaven's sake, why didn't you tell me in the first place and not waste my time?
Quiet! Quiet out there. I'm trying to get some sleep.
Oh, so Harris got the last cabin. I bet he didn't pay any $3.
You said it, kid.
Well, I wouldn't stay here now if you gave me the place for nothing. Drive on, Rochester.
Okay, you're the doctor.
Imagine Harris getting the last cabin. Boy, what luck. All we need now is a flat tire.
Don't tempt them, boss. They're much too willing.
Just keep still and drive.
I'm hungry, Jack.
I'm cold.
I'm hungry and cold.
Well, gee whiz, fellas, we'll get to another place pretty soon. Cheer up, everybody. Stop acting like a lot of babies. Come on, let's sing and be happy. Merrily we roll along, Mar. What's the matter with you? Come on, sing. Merrily we roll along, merrily we roll along, la 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 la. Merrily we roll along.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story of our trip to Yosemite will be continued next Sunday night, so be sure and tune in for further episodes of our vacation in the snow. Ice skating, bobsledding, skiing, thrills, chills, and spills.
You said it. Drive on, Rochester. This is the last number of the 18th program in the current Jello series. And now that we showed you what happened on our trip to Yosemite last week, tune in next week to see what happened this week. I mean, last week. He
means good night, folks.
Yes, that's it. Good night.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our program tonight will be devoted to a further description of our trip to Yosemite.
Yes, sir.
As you may remember, last week, Jack, Mary, Dennis, and myself piled into the Maxwell and left Oakland with Rochester at the wheel. Phil Harris was not a member of our little party, as Jack, in a fit of anger, canceled his invitation.
It wasn't a fit of anger, Don. He just had to be disciplined, that's all.
Nevertheless, Phil left...
That guy has to be put in his place once in a while, you know.
Nevertheless,
I'll
Phil
teach
left...
him to get smart with me.
Nevertheless, my goodness, Jack.
Excuse me, Don.
Nevertheless, Phil left in his own car 6 hours later than we did, and much to our surprise, soon passed us on the road.
Much to whose surprise?
Quiet. Go ahead, Don.
Anyhow, realizing we couldn't reach Yosemite that night, we pulled into an auto court only to find that Phil Harris had taken the last cabin.
Who cares? We found a much better place to stay.
Someplace. I rang for a bellboy and a coyote came in.
Well, it was rather primitive. Huh?
It is now the following morning, and we are once more on the road headed down the highway toward Yosemite.
Careless, now that you got me loving you. Careless, careless in everything you do. Are you just careless as you seem to be? Or do you just careless for me? I said for me.
Very good, Rochester, very good. Now sing Scatterbrain.
Now, wait a minute, boss.
Rochester, I said sing Scatterbrain.
I'm tired singing for you all the time. Why don't you put a radio in this car?
Because I only want to hear what I want to hear. That's why.
Oh, Jack, let him rest. He's been singing for an hour.
I don't mind singing, Miss Livingston, but at 8 o'clock he wants me to imitate Amos and Andy.
Well?
I can't do that blackface stuff.
You can try, that's all I ask. You don't have to be perfect. There's a car coming, Rochester. I think we better let it pass us.
I think it's inevitable.
Look at that speed demon showing off. He ought to get a ticket.
Oh, you're jealous of every car that's got cylinders.
I am not.
Boy, what a ride. 2 days to make 180 miles.
Listen, Mary, if you don't like it, get out and walk.
How can I walk after 2 days in this cocktail shaker?
Oh, this car doesn't vibrate so much.
It doesn't. You've been trying to get that cigar in your mouth for the last 5 miles.
Don't worry, I'll make it. See, I never saw anyone like it. It's funny Don and Dennis aren't complaining.
I'm fine, Mr. Benny.
There you are. Are you all right back there, Don?
Well, tell you the truth, Jack, I'm still a little sleepy.
You're sleepy. What about me? You're a nice fella, Don, but that's the last time I'll ever share a bed with you and Dennis.
I didn't have much of it.
That's right. You were wedged in pretty tight there. Incidentally, Dennis, what was the idea of wiggling your ears all night long?
I dreamt I was a butterfly on my way to a daisy.
Well, that's rather odd.
You know, Jack, I had a dream, too. I dreamt I was lost in Mexico with Clark Gable.
Oh.
Mighty nice country down there.
Yeah, especially this time of year. Another car wants to pass us, Rochester.
Okay, boss, let's look nonchalant.
Never mind, let them go, the fools. There's another guy that ought to get pinched.
Oh, he wasn't going so fast.
He wasn't, eh? He passed us, and our speedometer says 65 miles an hour.
I thought you were going to have that fixed.
Never mind.
Say, boss, there's a big hill up ahead. What'll we do?
What'll we do? Climb it, of course.
It's pretty steep, you know.
Rochester, this car's made hills much steeper than that one.
Not doing my regime.
Just give her the gas. We'll make it.
Okay, hang on, everybody.
There you are. We're doing fine.
Uh-oh.
Well, don't let it die out on you. Throw it in the second.
There ain't no second.
Then throw it in the first. What are you waiting for?
Okay, boss.
There. Now we'll make it. Pull the choke out.
Okay.
Keep calm, everybody. Don't get excited. We're near the top. We're making it. We're making it.
That did it. We're over.
Well, here we are. It was a little dangerous, but we're all right now, eh, Mary?
I don't know why I don't punch you right in the nose.
You wouldn't dare. You weren't afraid, were you, Dennis?
No, sir, that was fun. Let's do it again.
It won't be necessary.
Say, Jack, now the excitement is over, let's stop at that lunchroom up ahead and get something to eat.
Okay.
There's a gas station alongside of it.
Good. We'll put some water in the radiator and some air in the tires.
Yeah, and you better put some of that stuff they make a little profit on in the gas tank.
I was going to get some gas, Rochester, so mind your own business. Well, here we are. Let's stop. Gee, Gee, I'm hungry.
Rocky Crest, 10 minutes here, folks.
Rochester, you're not driving a bus. Now get out, everybody. Oh, boy, it feels good to stretch. Huh?
Yes, sir. I'm stiff as a board.
I feel wonderful. Simply marvelous.
You don't have to be so sarcastic, Mary. What about the women that used to ride across the plains in covered wagons?
I envy him.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Mary. If I ever ask you to take a trip with me again, I'll go right out and have my head examined.
And if I say yes, they can throw a net over both of us.
All right, all right. I've got to get some gas, so wait for me in the lunchroom. And if it's not too much trouble, order me a peanut butter sandwich, will you?
Okay. Come on, Don.
Right with you, Mary.
See you later. Now, where did Dennis disappear to? Oh. Say, young fella.
Yes, sir?
I want 5 gallons of gas, please.
Ethel, Pethel, or Schmethel?
The regular gas will be all right. 5 gallons, please.
The Ethel is much better for your motor.
Now, look, buddy, I know what I want. Put in 5 gallons of regular gas.
Okay, you're the doctor.
You remind me of a fella that waited on me in a sporting goods store in Oakland.
That's my brother Egbert. Isn't he priceless?
He sure is.
Oh, Mr. Benny, where'd the gang go?
They're in the lunchroom, Dennis.
Okay. La, 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 la.
I never saw such a happy kid. Say, Rochester, see what else the car needs. I'm going in and eat.
Don't forget the driver, boss.
Oh, yes, I'll bring you back something. What do you want, Rochester?
I'd like a stuffed pork chop under glass.
You'll get a hamburger under mustard and piccalilli. Now, check the tires so we can leave as soon as possible.
Okay.
Please pass the ketchup, will you, Mary?
Here you are, Don.
Oh, you're eating already, eh? Did you order my peanut butter sandwich, Mary?
Yes, and it was delicious.
Oh, fine. Now order me another one.
Say, Mr. Benny, look what I found on this record machine.
What, Dennis?
Look at number 12 here. It says, Darn That Dream with a vocal refrain by Dennis Day.
Oh, one of your records, eh? Well, let's hear it. Put in a nickel.
Okay.
Say, Dennis, that was swell. I didn't know you made records.
Shall I play it again?
No, don't bother. But it was a grand number.
You ought to sing it on the program sometime.
You're darn right.
Gee, the food's good here, isn't it, Jack?
Well, we were pretty hungry, Don. Oh, miss,
Yes, sir?
that peanut butter was delicious, but I'm still hungry. Give me a T-bone steak for myself and a hamburger to take out.
Okay. 2 cows. Torture one.
And by the way, miss, I want my steak very rare.
The T-bone's for Tarzan.
Okay.
Well, they understand each other anyway.
Let's hurry up neat, fellas. I'm dying to get to Yosemite.
Gee, I'll bet Mr. Harrison's there already.
Who, Phil? Oh, he's still sleeping in that auto court. He might have passed us yesterday, but we'll beat him into Yosemite.
We will, eh?
Yeah, you know the story of the hare and the tortoise, don't you, Mary?
The what?
The tortoise. You know, turtle.
1 turtle soup.
Wait a minute! I didn't order any soup.
Oh, pardon me. Scuttle the turtle.
You can't even open your mouth around here. What's that?
There's a parrot over there. Isn't it cute?
Where? Oh, yeah, in that cage. Let's go over and talk to it.
Gee, I love parrots.
That one's a beauty.
It sure is cute. Hello, Polly. Isn't that marvelous? Polly, want a cracker? Gee whiz. You talk to him, Mary.
Okay. Hello, Polly. Hurry up, babe. What you doing tonight?
Well, that's terrific.
Your steak is ready, sir.
Thanks. Gee, Mary, isn't it wonderful the way that bird talks? Huh?
Yeah, hurry up and eat your steak, Jack, so we can get out of here.
Well, it won't take me long. Oh, miss, will you please fill this thermos bottle with coffee? I want to take it with me.
Yes, sir.
Very little cream.
One quart of coffee. There you are.
Thank you. Gee, you folks measure everything around here, don't you?
Stop talking, Jack. We want to get going.
I'll be through in a minute, Don.
Pardon me, but aren't you Jack Benny from the radio?
Yes, I am.
I thought so. Would you mind autographing this piece of rye crisp for me?
Well, I'll be glad to.
You know, Mr. Benny, you're my favorite comedian.
Well, thanks very much.
I like Fred Allen.
You sound like him, too. That parrot's a little fresh there. Here's your autograph, miss.
Thanks. Hello again. Hello again. Hello again. Boy, am I tired of that.
Nobody asked you to listen, you know.
And it's in the trees that fills the breeze. Boy.
Well, plenty of people like that song if you want to know something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, Jack, you're arguing with a parrot.
I don't care. He started it. Let's get out of here. Give me the check, please.
For everybody?
Yes, it's my treat. And here's 50 cents for you, miss.
Well, now I've seen everything. Shoot me.
Oh, how I'd love to. Come on, fellas.
Before we go, miss, I want to congratulate you on the marvelous dish of Jell-O you served me.
Thank you.
I can see now why it's America's favorite gelatin dessert. It's tempting and appetizing, easy to make, and as you know, comes in 6 delicious flavors.
Look, the big red letter's on the box. Get it all in.
My, what a fresh bird that is. By the way, miss, where's that hamburger?
Here you are. It's in this bag.
Oh, yes. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Benny. He's got a spoon in his pocket.
I have not. Come on, gang. Let's get out of here. I'd rather have a canary any day.
You had a canary and you took it back because he couldn't sing Rigoletto.
Well, it was in the guarantee.
What a guy. He expects Nelson Eddy with feathers.
Oh, quiet. Hey, Rochester, here's your sandwich.
Thanks, boss.
Is everything all set now?
Everything's fine, all ready to go.
Good. How much do I owe you, young man?
That'll be $2.10 for gas and $12 for the tire.
The tire? What tire?
Hop in, boss. Let's get going.
Wait a minute, Rochester. What's the idea of buying a new tire?
Well, you told me to check them, and the right front one was a little low.
Yes?
So I put some air in it, then kicked it to see if it was hard.
Uh-huh.
I never should have done that.
Well, that's no excuse for buying a new tire. If it blew out, you could have patched the inner tube.
Patch it? We couldn't even find it.
Well, here's your money, mister. And from now on, Rochester, before you buy anything, please consult me first. Come on, everybody, let's go. Where's Dennis? Oh. Well, pile in, fellas. I'll get the car started.
Are you going to drive, boss?
Yes, I'll drive for a while so you can eat your sandwich.
Are you ready to go, Mr. Benny?
Yes, hop in, Dennis. Come on, everybody. I'm driving. Now, let's see. Where's the starter, Rochester?
Right there on the floor, next to the mousetrap.
Oh, yes.
Mice, I'm getting out of here.
Don't worry, Mary. There was one little mouse living in the toolbox.
Little mouse, he came out and hit me with a hammer, didn't he?
Oh, stop exaggerating. Now, hold on, everybody. We're off. There we are. See how easy the car rides when I handle it, Rochester?
Uh-huh.
All you have to do is know how to drive it, that's all.
Uh-huh.
That's all there is to it. I'm doing all right, ain't I, Mary?
Yeah, but you look pretty silly with those goggles on.
I do, eh?
And turn your cap around. Who do you think you are, Barney Oldfield?
I'll wear my cap any way I want to.
Uh-huh.
Shut up! Oh, Don, you're not nervous with me driving, are you?
No, Jack, but what makes the car weave from side to side?
With this new tire on, it's gone nuts.
Well, it does throw me off a little. I'll hold the wheel tighter.
Somebody wants to pass us.
Pull over at the side, Rochester.
You're driving, boss.
Oh, yes. Come on, come on. How can people drive that fast? A guy like that ought to get a ticket.
Was that Phil Harris, Mr. Benny?
No, Phil's got a red sport model with a blonde siren. Say, fellas, you know, it's fun being at the wheel for a change.
Hey, Jack, pull over. Somebody else wants to pass us.
Okay.
Well, I'll be darned. It's a hay wagon.
Yeah.
Why, Jack, do you mean to say you're going to let a team of horses pass us?
They weren't ordinary horses, Don. The one on the outside looked like Indian brooms. Hey, fellas, look at that sign. Yosemite National Park. 23 miles.
Gee, I just got time to knit a sweater.
You have not. Allowing for the hills and everything, we'll be there in a couple of hours.
Say, boss, do you want me to drive for a while?
No, I don't want to bother changing seats.
You don't have to change, just hand me the wheel.
Don't be smart. I'll drive, Rochester. Everybody has to be so comical. You Good heavens, another speed demon.
It looks like Phil Harris's car.
It is Phil. Pull over, Jack.
Pull over nothing. He's not going to beat me to Yosemite. I'm going to hog the road. Keep on honking, Phil. That ain't going to help any.
Come on, pull that egg beater out of the way. Oh, boy, is he burning up.
Jack, you're right in the center of the road.
I know what I'm doing. I'll teach that guy to show off.
Come on, Jackson, I'm in a hurry. Let me by.
Oh, no, Phil. Get in line. From now on, this is going to be a parade. What's that?
Pull over to the side, buddy. What do you think you're doing?
Who, me, officer?
Yes, you, and make it snappy.
Here, Rochester, you sit at the wheel.
It's too late now, boss.
What's the idea of blocking the highway? Don't you know it's against the law?
Well, gee, officer.
Let me see your driver's license.
I'm glad you got that guy, officer. He's a menace to safe driving.
I was only kidding, Phil Harris, and you know it. Look, officer, we're friends.
Friends, huh?
I never saw this guy before in my life. I think he's crazy.
Why, Phil Harris, you mean to say that...
May I go now, officer? I'm a physician, and I'm on a rush call.
Go right ahead, Doctor.
Doctor? He's no more doctor than I am.
By the way, officer, I'd inspect the trunk in the back of his car. I think there's a body in it.
Why, Phil Harris...
So long, officer.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Now, look, officer.
I've had about enough out of you. Let's have that driver's license.
Now, look, officer, you see, I'm taking my little family to Yosemite. I worked hard all year and saved up every penny, and this was to be our vacation up in the snow. You say one word, Mary Livingston. I realize, officer, that I've broken the law, but I'd just hate to have anything upset the vacation plans of my little family.
I see. Well, I'm a family man myself, and I appreciate what this trip means to you, so I'll let you go this time. But in the future, keep to the right.
Oh, I will, officer, I will. Way over to the side. Gee, thanks very much.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, that was a close call. All right, relax, fellas, and let's get started.
Can I drive now, Daddy?
Rochester! I'll drive till we get there. Well, here we are, fellas, coming into Yosemite.
Fine time to be getting in. 10 o'clock at night.
Well, we had mountains to climb. There were a lot of curves. Oh, Rochester, where are you?
Right beside you, boss. It's dark.
Well, either open your eyes or smile. There's the gate, fellas. Yosemite National Park.
Hooray! Hooray!
Boy, what fun we're going to have. We'll check in at the Ahwahnee Hotel, have a nice hot shower, a little supper, and get to bed so we can get up early in the morning, go out and play in the snow.
Oh, boy.
How are we going to get through that gate? It's closed.
Well, naturally it's closed. You got to pay $2 to get into the park. There's the ranger station right there. Here comes the ranger now.
Good evening, folks.
Good evening. We're on our way. We want to go to the Ahwahnee Hotel to spend a few days there. That's $2 to get in, isn't it?
Yes, but you can't get through tonight. The park closes at 10 p.m.
What?
I'm sorry, but we don't open until 6 o'clock in the morning.
6 o'clock in the morning? Well, what are we going to do till then?
There's a lovely auto camp just 40 miles back.
I know. We stayed there last night. Now, look, mister, can't you make an exception just for tonight?
I'm sorry. I'd like to help you out, but rules are rules.
I see.
Good night.
Good night. Well, this is the last straw.
What are we going to do now, Jack?
I don't know. I got a couple of tents in the back of the car. We can put them up.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Oh, everything is fun to you.
Well, Dennis is right. It won't hurt to rough it once in a while. It'll be good for us.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my goodness, don't tell me it's going to rain now.
That's all we need.
Well, we might just well spend the night right here in the car. We're all tired anyway, and we'll sleep till morning.
That's right, Jack. It'll only be a few hours.
Doggone, it looks like it's really going to rain.
My brunion's bouncing, if that means anything.
Here it comes. Well, good night, fellas.
Good night, Jack.
Good night, Mr. Benny.
Good night. Dennis, you don't have to put your pajamas on. Well, good night, Mary. Pleasant dreams.
Keep 'em.
Oh, nuts.
So we leave our little group sleeping peacefully with the rain beating a lullaby on top of the car. What will happen in the morning? Will they finally reach a Wani Hotel in Yosemite? Will they go skiing? Will Jack fall down and break his crown?
I hope so.
Tune in next Sunday night and find out. Play, Phil. Well, it's still raining. This is the last number of the 19th program in the current Jello series. And we'll be with you again next Sunday night at the same time. Meanwhile, while we're sitting out here in the rain, I want to congratulate the Boy Scouts of America, who are this week celebrating their 30th anniversary. You know, Mary, I used to be a Boy Scout.
Quiet, I'm trying to sleep.
Oh, that's right. Good night, folks.
As you remember, last week our little party finally reached the gates of Yosemite National Park, only to find that it was closed for the night.
Darn it.
Being tired and weary, we decided to stay right there in the car until morning. And before we could nod off to sleep, we heard a clap of thunder, and it started to rain.
Here it comes. Well, we might as well get some sleep. Good night, fellas.
Good night, Jack.
Good night, Mr. Benny.
Good night. Dennis, you don't have to put your pajamas on. Good night, Mary. Pleasant dreams.
Keep 'em.
Oh, nuts. Everything has to happen to me.
Well, it's your own fault. If you'd had a decent car, we'd have been here 2 days ago.
Well, it can't be helped now. Good night, Mary.
Good night. I didn't want to come to Yosemite anyway. I don't know how I ever let you talk me into it.
All right, Mary. I'm trying to sleep.
Come on up to Yosemite, Mary. We'll have a lot of fun. We'll play around in the snow. Fine lot of fun.
Mary, will you please be quiet? We're all trying to get a little sleep. My goodness.
Some car.
Oh. Now, look, Mary, you might as well make the best of it. It's raining. The park gates don't open until 6 o'clock in the morning, so quit beefing and get some rest.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Why'd you ever leave Waukegan?
Mary, would it make you feel any better if I killed myself right now? Right in front of you? Look at Don. He's sound asleep already. Are you asleep, Don?
Only my feet.
Oh. How about you, Dennis? Dennis, are you comfortable?
Yeah, this is fun.
Oh, you've been having fun ever since your nurse dropped you.
Boy, would I go through. I take the whole gang on a wonderful trip, and this is the thanks I get. Oh, well, I might as well try and get some rest. Oh, fine. Listen to Rochester. Rochester, close your mouth. Rochester.
Let me see them dice.
Rochester, we can't sleep with that snoring going on.
I'm glad you woke me up, boss. I was right in the middle of a crap game.
How'd you make out?
Pretty bad. I can't even dream myself rich.
I'll go back to sleep. Maybe your luck will change. Good night.
Good night, boss.
Gee, I wish this rain would stop. Oh, well, it's good for the farmers.
6 hours later. It is now the following morning, and our little group awakens to find themselves in a natural setting of breathtaking beauty. The sun is just rising over the snow-capped mountains. Birds are twittering in the giant redwoods. What a picture Mother Nature has painted.
Come on, fellas. Come on, come on. Wake up, everybody. Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Wake up. Wake up, everybody.
Stop with that bugle.
Up, Mary. We got to get going. You too, Don.
What time is it, Jack?
6 o'clock. Come on, kids. Up, up, up. Be happy and gay. It's a brand new day. Come, come.
Oh, put your toupee on.
I don't wear any and snap out of it. And listen, everybody, I'm going to give you just 10 minutes to be cheerful, or you'll have to pay for your own rooms. Are you up, Dennis?
Yeah. Oh, boy, look at that scenery. Isn't it beautiful?
It sure is. And look at those giant redwood trees. You know, Dennis, they're called sequoia.
They are?
Yes, you see, sequoia is an Indian word meaning heap big tree.
Hey, Throwing Bull, when do we catch him breakfast?
We'll eat as soon as we get to the hotel. Come on, Rochester, we're ready to go.
Okay, boss.
How you feeling?
Fine, I broke even in that crap game.
That's good. Toot the horn, Rochester, so we can get to the ranger out here and pay our entrance fee into the park. Gee, the air is brisk up here, so snappy. Here comes the ranger now. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Up bright and early, I see.
Yes, we want to get an early start. It's so beautiful here in the morning, especially the sun coming through the sequoias. You know, sequoia is an Indian word.
Oh, really?
Yes, it means big tree. And Yosemite is an Indian word, too.
You don't say.
Yes, sir.
You seem to be quite well informed about the park.
Yes, I read all about it in this little booklet here. It explains everything.
I know. I wrote it.
Oh. Well, here's the $2 entrance fee. Now, which road do we take to get to the Awani Hotel?
That's on page 5.
Oh, I must have missed that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Come on, Rochester, let's go. Where's Dennis? Oh. Now, let's see. It says here in the book that the Awani Hotel is 4 miles straight ahead.
We ought to make that today. We got an early start.
Oh, we'll be there in half an hour.
All ready to go, Mr. Benny?
Yes, Dennis, hop in. Let's get started, Rochester.
Okay, boss.
Well, here we are inside the gate. Gosh, I never saw such beautiful scenery in my life. You know, man is so insignificant compared to the majestic grandeur of this supreme phenomena of nature.
What page is that on?
I made that up myself.
Say, Jack, I can't understand why there isn't any snow here in the valley.
Well, it's been a very mild winter, Don, but there's plenty of snow just a short drive from the hotel. It's up at Badger Pass.
Are we all going skiing this afternoon, Mr. Benny?
I don't know about you fellas, but I am. Boy, I can't wait till I get into my ski outfit and go zooming down those hills 60 miles an hour. Whee!
Take it easy, brittle bones.
Don't worry, I'll surprise you, Mary Livingston.
Say, boss, are you sure this is the right road to the hotel?
I think so, Rochester. We just passed a sign back there. What did it say?
It was printed, boss. I'm a longhand man.
Well, stop the car and back up. There's no use getting out of our way. I will see that sign. All clear, Don?
Yeah, nobody behind us.
Okay. About 20 yards more, Rochester.
Gee, I didn't know this car could back up.
Oh, sure, Dennis. It does everything. Just a little further back, Rochester. About 5 more yards. That's it. There's the sign. What does it say?
Wilshire Bowl, 400 miles.
Darn that Phil Harris. He put that up when he got here last night. Well, there must be a sign around here somewhere.
Here comes an Indian, Jack. He ought to be able to help us.
Where? Oh, yes.
Gee, he's got long black hair. And look at the beads on his jacket.
Well, naturally. Well, naturally, Dennis, that's how Indians dress. I'll talk to him.
How do you do?
We like Ketchum, Awani Hotel.
The Awani? You continue on this road until you get to the bridge, and at the intersection, you bear right for approximately 2 miles. You can't miss it.
Oh, thank you very much, Chief.
Ugh.
Well, it's about time. Go ahead, Rochester. We're on the right road.
Okay, boss.
Well, 2 more miles and we'll be at the hotel.
Oh, Jack, look over here to your right. Isn't that Brattleville Falls?
Where? Oh, yes. My goodness, what a magnificent sight.
And there's Yosemite Falls to the left.
Yep, that's it, all right.
Gee, it's beautiful.
Hey, fellas, look. Look straight ahead. There's Old Faithful, the famous geyser.
Old Faithful?
Why, Jack, Old Faithful is in Yellowstone.
I don't care. There's a geyser right ahead of us, and it's shooting up.
That's the radiator, boss. I lost the cap.
Oh, is that spouting again? Well, step on it, Rochester. As soon as we get to the hotel, we'll fix it.
So our little gang finally reached the Ahwahnee Hotel, had breakfast, and went upstairs to change into their skiing outfits. Now, in just a moment, we'll take you to Jack's room at the Ahwahnee.
Yum pum pum, yum pum pum, yum tum tee da dum da dum. Boy, I can hardly wait till I get up there in that snow. Yum tum tee da dum pum pum da dum. Oh, Rochester, where'd you put my ski pants?
They're on the bed, Mr. Benny.
Oh, yes. Well, come in here and help me get dressed.
Ain't you going to take a bath first?
Not till I get back from skiing.
I got water in the tub.
I don't care. I'm not going to take a hot bath and go out in the cold air.
I poured in some bath salt.
Rochester, forget it. I'm not getting in that tub.
I got your sailboat in.
Rochester, just mind your own business and help me get dressed. Gee, these ski pants look pretty good. And say, how do you like this lumberjack I've got on? Pretty loud shirt, isn't it, Rochester?
That wouldn't even cause a ripple on Central Avenue.
Well, I like it. Now, hand me my brown sweater.
Here you are.
Thanks. There. Now, hand me my gray sweater.
Here you are.
Thanks. There. Now, hand me my turtleneck sweater.
Here you are.
Well, now open the window. I want to try this stuff out.
Okay.
That's enough. Close it. Say, this outfit ought to be all right. Do you think I need another sweater, Rochester?
Not unless you got a friend.
I guess I'll be warm enough. Come in.
Hello, Rochester.
Hello, Miss Livingston.
Where's Mr. Benny?
Here I am, Mary. I got 3 sweaters on. How do I look?
Still no chest.
That's so. I'm chesty enough. What are you laughing at?
Look what it says on your back there. Waukegan Ski and Flexible Flyer Club.
Well, certainly, I've been a member ever since I was a kid. Anyway, you wait till I get up to Badger Pass. I'll show you some real skiing. That must be Don and Dennis. Come in.
Hiya, Jackson. Hello, Mary. Hiya, Roch.
Hello, Phil.
Hello, Mr. Harris.
Bill Harris, you get right out of this room. You're not a member of our party.
Now, wait a minute, Jackson. We're all up here to have some fun. Let's have it together.
Bill, I told you in Oakland that due to your smart aleck attitude, you weren't invited on this trip.
Oh, come on, Jack. Don't be such a baby.
Sure, let's kiss and make up.
Bill, I wouldn't kiss you if I was an old maid, which I'm not, and you were a tramp, period. So kindly leave this room.
Now, wait a minute, Jackson. I said I was sorry, and besides, I'll pay my own expenses.
I don't care if... Well... All right. But if you get out of line once, I'm through with you. Oh, Rochester.
Yes, boss?
Bring the camera along. I want to get some good pictures of me in action.
I don't know where it is.
Well, find it.
Say, Phil, have you been up to Badger Pass yet?
Yes, I was up there this morning, and a terrible thing happened. I hadn't been there 10 minutes when a guy broke his leg.
Yipe! What was that, Phil?
I said some fella broke his leg skiing. Those hills are pretty steep, you know.
Oh.
Well, that's that. Shall I start packing, boss?
No, of course not. He broke his leg, huh, Phil?
Yeah. Well, come on, Jackson. Let's get started.
Okay. Gee, I don't know if it'll be any fun if there isn't any snow up there.
Oh, there's plenty of snow, over 41 inches.
That's what I mean. It's too deep. You can't ski in deep snow. No fun in that. Gee. I'll tell you what. Let's go tomorrow.
Now listen, Jack Benny. I rode for 3 days in that Maxwell to get here, and all I heard was ski, ski, ski from morning to night.
Well.
And I'm going to see you in action if I have to drag you up to that mountain and push you down.
Well.
Bravo, Miss Livingston.
You keep quiet. We don't need a cheering section around here. Come in.
Well, we're ready. You all set, Jack?
Not quite, Don.
Oh, hello, Mr. Harris.
Hiya, kid.
Well, Phil Harris, so you and Jack got together, huh?
Yeah, we're buddies now, eh, Jackson?
Yeah, we're buddies, all right.
Well, come on, Jack. You've got all your clothes on. Aren't you going skiing?
Yeah, but what's all this rush? We're supposed to be on a vacation. Let's relax. My goodness.
Listen to the guy that blew the bugle.
Well, I don't think we ought to go up to Badger Pass until we've had some lunch. And then those of us who want to go skiing can go skiing. Those of us who want to take a nap can take a little nap. After all, this is a vacation.
Don't try to get out of it, Jack. Right after lunch, you're going skiing with us.
Oh, boy, that'll be fun.
All right, that'll be fun. That's all he knows. Well, come on, fellas. Let's go down to the dining room.
Come on, let's hurry up.
Yeah, let's get going.
Well,
Get
Dennis, come
started.
on with me, will you?
Say, Phil, about this fella that broke his leg, was he going very fast or was he just showing off or something? Huh?
Well, I'll tell you, Jack, it was like this.
Mhm.
He started down the big hill all right, but when he got almost halfway, he seemed to trip and lose his balance.
I see.
Well, he kept going down faster and faster, and the first
Immediately after lunch, we piled into the Maxwell and started out for Badger Pass. Hey, Phil, give us a little time to get there, will you?
Okay, Don, hit it, boys.
Well, we're almost up to Badger Pass. Wow, look at all that snow.
Yep, and there's the ski house right ahead of us.
Yeah, let us off here, Rochester, and park the car.
Okay, Mr. Harris.
Gee, look at all those skiers coming down the hill.
Oh, boy, isn't that a thrill?
Yeah, whee!
Shut up. We yet.
Come on, everybody, let's go.
Let's get going. We're going to go. I'm ready. I'm going to put my shoes on.
Rochester, you stay here and watch the car.
I'd kind of like to walk around and see what's going on.
Okay, Rochester, but don't get lost in the snow.
Who, me?
Oh, that's right. Say, fellas, you go ahead. I'm going to stop in the ski house and get a bite to eat.
You just finished your lunch.
Well, I want to get something hot to drink. I got to chill.
We're coming with you. You ain't going to give us the slip.
All right, come along. Who's trying to give you the slip? Say, there are a lot of people here, aren't there?
Yes, this is a very popular place.
Oh, miss,
Yes, sir.
I'd like a cup of hot chocolate, please.
It'll take a little time to make it. Would you just as soon have coffee?
No, I'll wait. A cup of hot chocolate, please.
Hey, Jack, here comes the ski instructor. I want you to meet him. Hey, Larson.
Hello, Mr. Harris. I see you're back again this afternoon.
Sure. Say, how's that fella coming along that broke his leg this morning?
Well, it was a pretty bad fracture, but he'll be all right in a few weeks. It was his own fault, you know. He was a beginner and just wouldn't listen.
That's the trouble with those beginners. They think they know everything.
Yeah, they think they know everything. Few weeks, eh?
Oh, Larson, this is Jack Benny of the Waukegan Ski Club.
How do you do, Mr. Benny?
His own fault, all right, if he wouldn't listen. Oh, pardon me. How do you do?
Glad to know you. So you're an old-timer, eh, Mr. Benny?
He's over 21 twice, if that's what you mean.
Mary. Well, I haven't been on skis for quite a while, Mr. Larson, but I guess I can still hold my own. By the way, this is Mary Livingston, Don Wilson, and Dennis Fracture. I mean, Day. Dennis Day.
How do you do, folks?
Well,
Glad
it's a pleasure
to
to
know
know
you,
you,
Mr.
Mr. Larson, indeed.
Oh, miss, is my hot chocolate ready?
Not quite.
Oh, no hurry.
Say, Jack, you're wasting the whole afternoon. Let's go skiing.
Sure, come on, Jack, let's get going.
That's right. You can have your hot chocolate later.
Yeah.
Dennis, don't try to always run things. My hot chocolate ready yet, miss?
Not yet.
Oh.
Come on, Jack.
Now listen, Mary.
Well, there's the ski lift ready to start up. Come on, everybody. I'll go with you.
Yeah, come on, go. Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, Mr. Larson, do we go clear up to the top of that hill?
Yes, it's about 1,000 feet.
Well, it'll be just like old times, eh, Mary?
You're on your own, Bajork.
Okay, Mr. Larson, up we go. Gee, it's high up here, isn't it?
Yes, Mr. Benny, this mountaintop is 8,100 feet above sea level.
Gee whiz. Now, Mr. Larson, when I get my skis on, should I... Mary, stop throwing those snowballs.
I'm not throwing them at you.
I don't care. You'll hit somebody. Mr. Larson, when I get my skis on, should I...
Hey, Jackson!
What? Ouch! Darn you, Phil Harris, you hit me right in the face.
Sorry, so long, Jackson!
Gee, look at him go down that hill. What a show-off.
What were you saying, Mr. Benny?
I said when I put my skis on, Mr. Larson...
Hey, Jack, I'm going to join Phil. Come on, Dennis.
See you later, Mr. Benny.
Say, those guys are all right. I didn't know they could ski so well.
Don't you think you'd better put your skis on, Mr. Benny?
Yes, I might as well. I'll be with you in a minute. Excuse me.
Say, Miss Livingston, I'm a little worried. Are you sure Mr. Benny belongs to a ski club?
All I know is what I read on his back.
But he's wearing such an outlandish outfit. What's he got that turtleneck sweater on for?
That's in case he hits a tree and pull his head in.
Well, here I am, Mr. Larson, ready to go.
Yeah, so I see. But there's just one thing wrong, Mr. Benny. You've got your skis on backwards.
I have? Oh, yes. What's the matter with me? The curved end goes in front, doesn't it?
Yes, that seems to be the vogue this year.
Imagine me making a mistake like that. I've got a good mind to punish myself by not skiing at all.
I don't know what you're laughing for. You don't look happy.
Well, I can't jump up and down with my skis on.
I'll turn them around, Mr. Benny, and we'll get you started.
Okay.
Pardon me, young man. Are you going to start down the hill?
No, not yet.
Then I'll go. Yippee!
Wow, look at her go. Who is that, Mr. Larson?
That's my grandmother. She's getting in shape for the Olympics.
She's a spry old lady, isn't she, huh? Well, I got my skis on right, I think, Mr. Larson. I guess that's enough for the first day, huh?
Well, I think you ought to go down once this afternoon.
Oh.
Now, follow me. There's a good place to start right over there.
Yes, sir.
Now, remember, keep your feet close together, your knees slightly bent, and if you want to slow down, just point your toes in.
Oh, that'll be easy for me. I'm naturally a little pigeon-toed.
And, of course, for a full stop, you'll turn to the side, which you undoubtedly know.
Oh, yes. Anyway, if I forget, I have an instruction book here in my pocket.
That's fine. At 60 miles an hour, he's going to read a book.
Never mind. Well, here I go. So long.
Good luck, kid.
I'll be all right, I guess. Well, here I go.
I better give you a little push.
Now, wait a minute. Mr. Larson. Now, wait a minute. Whoop! I'm moving.
Goodbye.
Good luck.
Oh, my goodness. I'm really going. Gee. Say, this isn't so bad. Whoops! I nearly went over that time. Oh, boy, I'm sure going fast now. Oh, my goodness, I forgot how to slow down.
Hey, Jackson, take it easy.
Turn to the right, Jack. Turn to the right.
Nuts to turn to the right. How do I stop these things?
Look out, Jackson, look out. You're going to hit that ski house.
I know. What'll I do?
Turn to the right, for heaven's sake.
Oh, my goodness, I'm heading right for it. Stop me, somebody, stop me. I'm going right through the ski house. Yay! Oh.
Here's your hot chocolate, sir.
Hot chocolate, nothing. I want a doctor. Mary, Phil, Don, Dennis.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, ended Jack's first day of skiing at Yosemite. Will we continue with our adventures in this great national park next week, or will we be back home in Hollywood? Who knows?
Tune in next Sunday night and find out. I'm going to play Phil.
This is the last number of the 20th program in the current Jello series, and we will be with you again next Sunday night at the same time. How do you feel, Jack?
Oh.
I see. Good night, folks.
The trip will go down in history with the adventures of Marco Polo, the exploits of Admiral Byrd, the voyage of Christopher Columbus.
Don't forget the Rover boys.
Quiet, Mary.
As you remember, last week's episode ended with Jack skiing down a steep hill and crashing into the ski house, with the result that he suffered a sprained ligament in his leg and several assorted abrasions.
Oh, it's a miracle I'm alive. I must be made of iron. Continue, Don.
It is now several days later, and we take you to Jack's room at the Ahwahnee Hotel in Yosemite, where he is convalescing.
It's my birthday, too, folks.
Jack is propped up in bed, and as the scene opens, we find Rochester reading to him from a magazine.
It was past midnight and the moon was shining brightly through the magnolia trees as Ronald walked into the garden. Carlotta heard his footsteps approaching and looked up like a frightened gazelle.
That's Gazelle. That's frightened Gazelle.
Don't be alarmed, darling, cried the young American engineer. It is I. I have come back for you.
I knew he would.
Carlotta's dark Mexican eyes flashed. Her lips quivered. Kiss me, she said. Kiss me.
All right, never mind the dialect. Go ahead.
The smile on Ronald's face suddenly turned to a sneer. It's no use, Carlotta, he said. I only come back to say goodbye. This is the end.
The darn fool. Doesn't he know she loves him?
But Ronald, cried Carlotta, you can't go. We're married. And what about the baby?
The baby? What baby?
That was last month, boss. We missed that.
Oh. Well, that changes everything. Go ahead.
Ronald turned and started toward the gate. Carlotta clung to him, and the tears came to her eyes. But Ronald laughed bitterly and struck her to the ground.
Brute.
She quickly arose and ran toward him. His back was turned, so she could not see the long, thin dagger flashing in his hand.
A dagger?
She crept closer and closer. Ronald's back was still turned.
Yes, yes?
Please, Ronald, she cried. He did not answer.
Oh.
So she clutched the dagger and raised it higher and higher and higher.
Oh, my goodness, he better run.
No hurry. Continued next month.
What? It's a fine ending. They always leave you in suspense like that.
It's a great story, though.
Yes, and you know Rochester would make a swell picture. Can't you just see me as the young American engineer that spurns the love of this beautiful senorita?
Uh-huh.
It's no use, Carlotta. I only came back to say goodbye. This is the end. And then when she tries to kiss me, I'd knock her to the ground. Ha ha! What I could do to a part like that.
Uh-huh.
I wonder who the right girl would be to play opposite me. Of course, Hedy Lamarr might be the type. She's dark and she's got those flashing eyes.
She's too healthy. You'd never knock her down.
Well, I still think we'd make a very romantic couple. Come in.
Hello, Jack. Happy birthday.
Oh, hello, Mary. Thanks. I'm having a fine birthday this year, flat on my back in bed.
Don't feel so sorry for yourself. Your leg hurts a little, that's all.
Is that so? Well, if you want to know something, young lady, I had a pretty bad accident. And it's a serious case.
Oh, everything is serious with you.
It is, eh?
Last month you got a sliver in your finger and you wanted to go to the Mayo Brothers to have it taken out.
Now, wait a minute, Mary Livingston. That sliver wasn't in my finger. It was in my tongue. And it was painful.
Well, I told you not to eat those good humors so close to the stick.
Mary, did you come in here to sympathize with me or aggravate me?
I came in to bring you a birthday present. Here it is.
Ouch, my leg. I got a sore leg. That's why I'm in bed. Didn't have to throw the package.
I'm sorry, Jack. I forgot.
What's the present? I'll open it later.
It's a bottle of rubbing alcohol for your back.
Oh.
Well, you like it, don't you?
Yes, thanks. It's just what I need. Rubbing alcohol, a fine birthday present. Anyway, I'm glad you dropped in, Mary. It gets so monotonous lying here in bed.
How about another game of casino, boss?
Okay, how much do I owe you now, Rochester?
Let's see. I got the score right here. 4, carry 2, add 5.
Well, how much is it?
$8,000.
Let's see that. That's $80. You're supposed to put a decimal point in there.
You put in the money, I'll put in the point.
$80, eh?
Why, Jack Benny, you mean to say you lost $80 to Rochester playing casino?
Not only that, I was teaching him the game. Oh, well, we were only playing for fun. Hey, Roch?
You ain't gonna rotch me out of it.
All right, Mr. Van Jones, I'll add it to your check next week. Wish my nurse would get here. She's supposed to be here at 8 o'clock, and it's 11:30.
I saw her a little while ago.
Where?
She was out skiing with Phil Harris.
Oh, fine. I pay a nurse $7 a day so she can slide down a hill with Harris. Can never find her when I want her.
Well, I think you went too far yesterday when you hung that cowbell around her neck.
Well, I had to do something. See, my leg's throbbing, and I got a fever and everything. Maybe that's her now. Come in.
Hello, Jack. Happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, Don.
Happy birthday, Mr. Benny. Are you feeling better?
Oh, a little, Dennis, but I'm still not myself. My leg hurts, and I ache all over.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, anyway, Jack, you're a year older today.
That doesn't help any either.
Now, listen, Mary, I wouldn't say anything if I were you after that birthday present you gave me. You know, fellas, I just received a lovely bottle of rubbing alcohol from Miss Livingston.
No kidding.
Yeah, what a present. Suppose if I had a cold, she'd have bought me Kleenex. If I had a headache, she'd have bought me a box of aspirin.
As long as you stay under $1, you're safe.
Just what I was getting at. I wouldn't mind that so much, Mary, but after the beautiful birthday presents I always give you. Remember that mink jacket 3 years ago?
Some mink jacket. Every spring it comes out to look at its shadow.
Oh, you always have to run and get things appraised. Gee, I wish my nurse would get here, or my doctor, or somebody. I'm tired of lying here in bed.
You want to teach me some more casino, boss?
No, I lost $80. That's enough. And incidentally, Rochester, inasmuch as I was teaching you the game, I'm charging you $60 for lessons. So I only owe you $20. And if I recall correctly, I recently gave you my old blue suit, which is worth at least $20, so I really don't owe you anything.
I knew we'd arrive there, but I didn't know just how.
Well, that's how, and the meeting is closed. I wish the doctor'd show up. I want to get back to Hollywood in time for our broadcast Sunday.
Oh, you'll make it all right, Jack.
Sure, there's nothing the matter with you.
There's plenty the matter with me. I just don't complain, that's all.
Say, Mr. Benny, what song do you want me to sing next Sunday?
Well, Dennis, what's popular right now?
There's a new number out called The Isle of May. It's a ballad type. Would that be all right?
I don't know. Does it fit you, Dennis?
I think so. It goes something like this.
Well, that was swell, Dennis. That song's going to be all right for the program.
I think I ought to brush up on it, though.
Maybe so.
Oh, Jack, speaking of Sunday's show, I have a problem that's been bothering me.
You have, Don?
Yes, it's been on my mind all day, and I just can't seem to arrive at a definite solution.
My goodness, what is it?
Well, on next Sunday's show, I don't know whether to say, go to your neighborhood grocer and ask him for a package of Jell-O, or run to your neighborhood grocer and ask him for a package of Jell-O.
Oh, well, that is a problem there.
I like go.
I like run.
Yes, either one is good, Don.
No, Jack, no. I don't think they convey the idea of enough speed.
Oh. Well, how about hasten, Don? Listen to this. Hasten to your neighborhood grocer and ask him for a package of Jell-O. How's that for the customers?
Well, I don't know.
How about shooting him out of a cannon?
Out of a cannon?
That's it. Shoot yourself out of a cannon to your neighborhood grocer and ask him for a package of Jell-O. Thanks, Mary. That's terrific.
You're welcome.
See you later, Jack.
Dog, Don.
Wow, cannon. Yippee!
Gee.
Well, I'll be doggone.
Me too. Well, if my nurse doesn't get here pretty soon, I'll say, Rochester, give me a spoonful of that iron tonic.
Uh-oh, was there iron in that, boss?
Why, certainly, iron and alcohol.
My, that's the first time I ever had a metallic martini.
You lay off my medicine. Gee, my leg hurts again. I get those shooting pains. Come in.
Oh, Jack, it's Dr. Nelson.
It's about time. So it's you, Doctor.
Yes. Well, quite a little party we're having here. How are you today, Miss Livingston?
I'm just fine, Doctor.
That's good. And you, Mr. Day, how's your health?
I feel marvelous.
Fine, fine. And Rochester, how are you feeling?
Okay, Doc, I'm okay.
Good. Well, I'll be running along now. Goodbye.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm the patient here. What about me?
Oh, yes, Mr. Benny. Yes. How is your arm today? Still bothering you?
It's my leg, my left leg. My arms are all right. I just lost $80 playing cards with them.
Oh, certainly it's your leg. You fell off a horse.
A horse? Look, Doc, I never fell off a horse on my leg in my life. Now, Doc, here's the whole story. Don't you remember? I hurt my leg skiing. I went down the mountain at Badger Pass and crashed through the ski house. Then we phoned for you and you came to examine me, remember?
Oh, yes, and I'll never forget how you called me Daddy.
Well, I was delirious, that's why. I was delirious.
Well, just the same, it was embarrassing. I'm a bachelor, you know.
I know. Now, look, Doctor, I want to know if I can get out of here today and go home.
You see, Doctor, Mr. Benny's anxious to get up because it's his birthday today.
Well, congratulations, young man. How old are you?
It's none of your business. I'm old enough to vote.
For Lincoln.
Marry. I'm trying to get some information here. Now, Doctor, when am... Oh, come in.
Well, Jack, your nurse finally arrived.
So I see. Awfully glad you dropped in, nurse.
How's my little patient today?
As if you cared. And take off those skis. My goodness.
Well, I'm only going to be here for a minute.
Did you hear that, Doctor? Fine nurse you recommended. Supposed to be taking care of me. She's out skiing with Phil Harris all day.
You're a naughty girl, Miss Kelly.
I'm sorry, kid.
Later, Miss Kelly.
Now, look, Doc, I want to find out if I can...
Miss Kelly, will you please take Mr. Benny's pulse?
Okay, Doctor. Let me have your wrist, Mr. Benny.
Here. Well, you going to come here? You want me to throw it over? Now, come here.
All right.
Here. Here's my wrist. Nothing but screwballs in this room. I'll bet $10 Olson and Johnson are under the bed. Well, Miss Kelly, what about it?
Oh, Doctor, Mr. Benny has no pulse. I can't feel a thing.
Of course not. You're wearing mittens. No pulse. Why, the blood just leaps through my veins.
It can't be that happy.
That's all. Now, Doctor, for the last time, I want to find out if I can get... Oh, for heaven's sake, come in.
Hiya, Jackson. How's your leg?
You're certainly worried about that, Phil Harris.
Hello, Phil.
Oh, there you are, Miss Kelly. Hiding from me, huh?
Hiding from you? She works here. And incidentally, Phil, when you came in, you might at least have wished me a happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Jackson.
Keep it. Happy birthday.
Oh, is this your birthday, Mr. Benny?
Yes.
Well, if I'd have known that, I'd have put a candle on your poached egg.
Oh, that would have been lovely.
You know, Jackson, I forgot all about this being your birthday, and I feel terrible about not bringing you a gift.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I don't want you to think I'm a heel.
Believe me, Phil, one little present won't influence me one way or the other. So don't worry about it.
Well, I think I'll be running along now, Mr. Benny.
Now, wait a minute, Doctor. You haven't told me if I can leave here today and go home.
Oh, my goodness. You could have gone home 4 days ago.
I could? Then why keep me in bed? Why didn't you tell me then? I'm going to pack and get out of here. What's my bill, Doctor?
$35.
$35?
Make it $37.50. I saw a suit I like today.
You'll get $35. Rochester, take care of that, will you?
Okay, boss. Do you play casino, Doctor?
Yes, I do.
Follow me.
Keep your fingers crossed, Mary. What do I owe you, nurse?
$42. That's 6 days at $7 a day.
Now, wait a minute. You only dropped in for lunch. The rest of the time you were skiing with Phil Harris.
Well, I'm the outdoor type.
Well, then get out of here. Here's your money.
Thank you, Mr. Benny. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Come on, Philsy.
Right with you, baby. So long, Jackson. See you in Hollywood.
I'm going to get dressed. Hand me my robe, Mary.
Here you are. It's about time you took that emblem off the back of it.
Never mind that.
Look at that. Golden Gloves, 1898.
My father's robe. Now, Mary, call downstairs and have the room clerk make up the bill. Tell him I'm paying for everybody's room but my nurse's boyfriend.
Okay.
Oh, Dennis, help me get my things packed, will you?
Yes, Mr. Benny.
Hello, the room clerk, please.
Dennis, take all my shirts and socks out of the top drawer.
Hello, room clerk. Will you please make up Mr. Benny's bill? We're checking out today.
Dennis, hand me that suitcase, the larger one.
Yes, everybody except Phil Harris.
Where'll I put the sweaters?
Right in there, and keep them together.
How much does that amount to?
And don't forget my skates.
$198?
And put them in my... $198?
Well, have it itemized. Thank you.
$198. I've been in bed since the first day here. Come on, Dennis, get going. Pack, for heaven's sake.
Yes, sir.
Come in.
Telegram for Jack Benny.
Take it, Mary.
Okay.
Where do you want these pieces of skis put, Mr. Benny?
Throw them in the fireplace. Who's the wire from, Mary?
Fred Allen.
Fred Allen? What does he say? All right, what does he say?
He says, Dear Jack, as long as you made it, happy birthday.
Well, you can throw that in the fireplace, too. Dennis, not my underwear. I meant the telegram. Give me the poker, quick. Give me the poker. Oh, what a kid. Let's see. I wonder if There, I hope I didn't forget anything. That was quick, Mary. You all packed?
Yeah, how did your leg feel?
Well, I can't put much weight on it yet, but it's all right. Rochester, did you get all the stuff out of the bathroom? My razor and everything?
Yeah. Say, boss, do you want that old tube of shaving cream, too?
Of course I want it.
There isn't enough there to shave the fuzz off a peach.
I have a very light beard, so get it. Now, let's see. The bellboy took the other 4 grips. Rochester, grab those 2. Mary, help me with this big one, will you?
Okay.
Oh, now what? Come in.
Well, well, how's my little patient today?
You were here already, Doctor.
Oh, that's right. Goodbye.
What a cluck. How'd you make out with him in that casino game, Rochester?
Okay, what can I do with a stethoscope?
You didn't have to go that far. I just wanted to square the bill, that's all.
I got enough pills to last me for the rest of my life.
All right, now grab those 2 bags and let's get moving. Come on, Mary. Is Dennis packed?
Yeah, he's downstairs in the lobby.
Then let's get on our way. You go ahead, Rochester. Come on, Mary. We'll stop at the cashier's desk and take care of the bill. Oh, Don.
Yes, Jack?
Help everybody get their things in the car so we can get started.
Okay, and by the way, Jack, I think that cannon idea is going to work out all right.
What cannon idea?
Well, you know, shoot yourself out of a cannon to your neighborhood
Oh,
grocer and
yes,
ask him
yes.
for a-
Congratulations, Don. See you in the car. Oh, cashier, give me my bill, please.
Here you are, sir. It's $198.40.
40 cents? Well, you just told Miss Livingston on the phone that the bill was $198. What's the extra 40 cents for?
There's a towel sticking out of your suitcase.
I brought that with me. It's mine.
Certainly. It says Bluebell Auto Court on it.
Of course. I'll make out a check, young man, for $198. Now, let's see. The Awani Hotel. How do you spell Awani?
Awani? Hey, Eddie, how do you spell Awani?
Awani? Hey, Bill, how do you spell Awani?
Awani?
Hey, Sam!
Never mind. I'll just make it out the cash. That's good enough.
You know, Awani is an Indian word.
Yes, yes. I heard all about it.
In fact, I'm an Indian myself.
I know. I can see where you were scalped. Now, here's your check.
Thank you, sir, and a happy birthday.
Fine birthday. Come on, Mary.
Oh, Jack, here comes your doctor.
Oh, yes. I might as well be nice to him and say goodbye. Oh, Doctor.
Yes?
I'm checking out, and I just want to say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, and I hope you've enjoyed your stay here.
Oh, I have. It was very pleasant.
I'd like to walk out to the car with you, but I've got to rush upstairs and see Jack Benny. He hurt his leg.
Oh. Well, listen, Doctor, if you knock on Mr. Benny's door and he says, come in, drop the conversation. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Come on, Jack, we're waiting for you.
Yeah, hurry up, Mr. Benny.
I'm coming. Be right with you.
Oh, Mr. Benny.
Yes?
You're wanted on the telephone. You can take it right here.
Thank you. Who would be calling me here? Hello?
Hello, is this Jack Benny?
Yes.
This is Western Union. We have a singing telegram for you from your father in Miami Beach. It's a birthday greeting.
Oh, a singing telegram from Dad, eh? Well, that's cute. Go ahead.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jack Benny.
Look, that was very...
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jack Benny. Happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you very much. That was swell, really. Look, I've got to get away now.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
The car is waiting for me.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jack Benny. Happy birthday, dear Jack. Happy birthday.
That's awfully sweet of you, really.
What a happy day, 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 what a happy day. Happy birthday, Buck Benny.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome, yes, you're welcome very well. Happy birthday
Well, I'll be darned.
Come on, Jack, hurry up.
I'm coming. Well, folks, we're on our way home now. This is the last number of the 21st program in the current Jello series. And we will be with you again next Sunday night at the same time from Hollywood, California. You know, Mary, it was thrilling being up in Yosemite, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was swell.
What are you laughing at?
I'll never forget the expression on your face when you crashed into the ski house.
Boy, that was fun.
Quiet, Dennis. Good night, folks. Wait.
You've been listening to When Radio Ruled, episode 67, Jack Benny and the Gang Go to Yosemite. I'm Mike Gillette, your host. When Radio Ruled is a Before TV production. Copyright 2023.
I'm ready to rehearse.
Let's take it from the top of the page here. The scene where I'm trying to get you out of the fight racket. You have the first line.
Oh, yes. Joe, I'm going, Lorna.
Don't read Joe, just read the line.
Oh, yes. Excuse me. I'm going, Lorna.
Don't go, Joe. You must listen to me. When I first saw you, I didn't care what you did. I thought you were just a fighter. I didn't love you then. I didn't care whether you lived or died or what happened to you. I didn't care if I ever saw you again.
I'm going, Lorna.
No, Joe, you must listen to me. I love you now. You're part of me. Watching you become a fighter taught me something. I've seen you get hard-shelled and tough. Oh, you shouldn't be in the ring, Joe. It's not for you. You belong in your home with your violin.
I'm going, Lorna.
Oh, please, Joe. Please, Joe, if you love me, you'll listen to me. I know why you're doing this. You're bitter and calloused and hard-boiled. But, Joe, don't you remember that night? You spoke of music and what it meant to you. How you loved your violin. You knew what was right then, how people should live. Oh, Joe, give up fighting, please, please.
I'm going, Lorna?
Jack, read that right. That's I'm going, Lorna.
Well, I'm tired of saying it the same way. See, it gets monotonous. A fine part.
Well, you've got a very dramatic speech coming up. It's the next line.
Oh, yes, I didn't see it. Go ahead, Barbara.
What do you say? Oh, Joe, will you give up fighting? Joe, you don't need the money.
It isn't the money. I got plenty.
Bravo, and how?
Mary! I'm sorry, Barbara. I'll take it again. It isn't the money. I got plenty.
Oh, Joe. Joe, you must give up fighting.
Watch this, Mary. Give up fighting? Why, you were the girl that liked champions. You were
Please, Joe. Don't try to get even with me.
Well, I made up my mind to win the lightweight crown.
But your heart's in music, Joe. You know that.
I can't play anymore. I got the hands of a fighter. They've been soaked in brine for a year, and they're as hard as nails. They're good for only one thing now, slugging. Slugging my way to the title. I tell you, Lorna, if
Wait a minute, Jack. Wait a minute. Oh, that's awful.
Why? What's the matter?
You're supposed to be a fighter, not little Eva.
Now, wait a minute, Barbara. I put a lot into that speech. I felt the part, and I was very emotional.
I wasn't carried away.
You keep out of this. And go get the tea.
He's right, Jack. Your performance wouldn't convince anybody.
Now, Barbara, aren't you getting a little bit hasty? Gee, I might not be as good as an actor as your husband. Gee whiz, we can't all be tailors.
Your father was.
Quiet. Now, give me a chance, Barbara. I've never read this before. Let's go back to my last line.
Oh, all right. I'll try it once more.
My hands are good for only one thing now, slugging. Slugging my way to the title.
No, Joe, you must give up fighting.
You can't talk me out of it, Lorna. I'm going.
Don't go. Oh, don't go. Joe, please don't go. Take me in your arms. Kiss me.
My darling. How was that, Lorna?
Oh, Joe. Joe, you must give up kissing.
That's not in the script! I mean, I can kiss better than that. I was a little nervous.
Oh, Jack, it's no use. You're a nice fellow, but you're a comedian. We'd only make fools of ourselves if we tried to do this on your program.
But, Barbara, it's only Tuesday. We got plenty of time to rehearse.
Oh, no, believe me, Jack. Rehearsing won't help any.
But, Barbara, if you'd only...
Tea and sandwiches, folks. Tea and sandwiches. Tipping is un-American.
Rochester, will you have a cup of tea, Barbara?
No, thanks, Jack. I'll just run along.
He's not that bad. You can at least walk.
Mary. No kidding, Barbara. Have a cup of tea and we'll rehearse some more.
No, thank you. Some other time, Jack.
Oh, Barbara, please. I already announced we were going to do Golden Boy, and I was going to spring you as a surprise.
Well, let's wait till spring. Things are brighter then.
Well, that's the way you feel about it. Thanks just the same.
You're welcome. Goodbye, Mary.
Goodbye.
So long, Jack.
So long.
Oh, by the way, Jack, you can take that sign down now.